Troy Athletics goes on tour.
Plus a new summer program for aspiring musicians. Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is TrojanVision Nightly News.
TrojanVision Nightly News for June 23rd, 2014. I'm Amanda Langley.
And I'm Jamarlo Phillips. Thank you for joining us this evening. Troy University's music industry program offers Troy students the chance to learn the behind-the-scenes aspects of the recording industry. Well, this past weekend, the school welcomed some younger students to learn the craft. Students of all ages who wish to learn more about the music industry now have a chance to be involved in one of Troy University's first ever music industry camp, held just right here on the Troy campus.
This is the first annual mic check, and we were very careful and strategic with the marketing to keep it small. We didn't want to, shall we call it, fly the plane while we're building it. So this gives us an opportunity to deal with our new facilities, this beautiful building that we're in, Long Hall.
Since it was the first year, we like to keep it kind of small just so we can get our feet on the ground and learn what we need to do to better it.
The Camp Mic Check will provide an educational experience for high school students who are interested in the world of music and entertainment.
The Mic Check is a pilot endeavor. This is the very first event of its type, not just at Troy, but frankly, it's the first one in the country.
It's just a great experience for young high school, middle school students from all ages, and they can come up to this camp and they can learn all about the industry.
Students who attended the camp say they came to learn more about the music industry and hopefully pursue a career in the field later in life.
I just kind of wanted to learn more about music, the music industry, you know.
My band director told me about it, and it seemed like something I really wanted to learn a lot more about. So.
A little bit of singer, a little bit of DJ, you know, DJing and stuff like that. My dad did that, and I was kind of trying to get into it.
My mom, she found out about it, and so she just decided to let me come here and learn more about music.
This was the first year Troy University offered the music industry camp to high school students.
Trojan Athletics start back in full swing in just a little over 2 months. So to get fans pumped up about the upcoming season, Troy Athletics is hitting the road for Trojan Tour 2014. Mitchell Spoon gives us a look at its first stop, Troy.
Thursday evening, Troy Athletics kicked off Trojan Tour 2014 in their own backyard in the Stadium Club of Veterans Memorial Stadium. Athletic Director John Hartwell said the tour is all about recruiting fans for Troy Athletics.
And really, it's about getting out on the road and increasing awareness of Troy Athletics with our fan base and hopefully a growing fan base as maybe some folks come out, you know, to hear who may not be season ticket holders or alums, just to understand about Troy Athletics.
The tour will be a 6-day journey covering multiple locations across 3 different states.
We have 11 stops, again, with Troy being the kickoff this year, and then we'll resume with 10 stops in 5 days all over the state, ranging from Florence to the north to Mobile to the south, and then we also have stops in Atlanta and Columbus, along with the Florida Panhandle stops in Pensacola and Destin.
During these stops, fans will have the opportunity to hear coaches talk about their upcoming seasons, as well as interact with them on a one-on-one basis. Both Hartwell and head basketball coach Phil Cunningham said the interactions with the coaches is what makes the tour so special.
You know, everybody is going to hear the coaches get up and talk, and that's great. But a lot of times the one-on-one interaction is what really draws the folks in.
It's so much more informal than when you see somebody during the season and you really don't have time to talk to them or anything. So I think it's a great opportunity collectively for us to do that as coaches.
According to Hartwell, there were some changes made in the second year of the tour, but ultimately the staff kept things similar to last year.
We've been planning this for about 5 months now. The locations, a lot of which are the same this year as they were last year, really our staple areas in terms of fans. We did change up a couple of the locations. We're going to Florence. Last year we went to Huntsville. We decided to change it up a little bit because we do have a pretty large fan base and alumni base in the Florence area.
The tour will conclude on June 27th with its final stop being in Destin. Mitchell Spoon, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Tomorrow, the tour heads to Georgia with stops in Atlanta in the morning and Columbus in the evening. The tour will be in Dothan Wednesday morning and Montgomery Wednesday night. For more information on times and locations, you can visit TroyTrojans.com. And so, Jamarlo, also a few season football games are coming up soon, but not all Trojan fans know about the finer details.
That's right. So on Saturday, Trojan football coaches spent the afternoon with some of Troy's female fans to teach them the X's and O's. Clay Yeager gives us a look.
Football is often said to be a man's sport, and a common stereotype is that women don't know as much about football as compared to the opposite sex. Troy University wanted to level the playing field with its second annual Football 101 event to give women the opportunity to learn more about what happens on and off the gridiron.
We wanted to give women the chance to experience football in a different way, to interact with our staff, learn more about the game. Sometimes we are very interested, but we're not given very many opportunities, and this is a great way to start that ball rolling.
Troy football coaches were more than willing to meet the participants and teach them a crash course about the different aspects of the game.
I think the more knowledge they have, the better fans they are, and you know, and we want to be sure we help them in every way we can to you know, have that knowledge.
This is a chance for them to see, you know, the behind the scenes, you know, thing that go on, you know, every day, every week, you know, during the season, you know, in preparation for games. You know, people usually see what's going on Saturday, you know, out on the field, but they don't see the preparation that it takes, you know, each week.
Even though Football 101 is about teaching the sport, Beckles feels the event will make the women feel closer to Trojan athletics.
We talk about having a family around here, the Trojan family, Trojan Nation. It kind of brings the community together. You know, you go through something like this, and now in the fall on game day, you see somebody, and you know, you say, "Oh, I know you. I went through, you know, Football 101 with you."
At the end of the day, the women felt like they had the knowledge to challenge their significant other.
As coming in, I knew nothing about football except that I was a Trojan fan, and I knew, you know, when we made touchdowns and what kick was and that sort of thing, but nothing else. So I really feel like I'm knowledgeable, and Coach Pogue even said you can go home and kind of quiz your husband. I feel like I can do that. I feel like there's a couple of things that I know better than my husband now.
I get to teach my husband new things. So things that he does, that he thinks he knows everything. So things that he doesn't really know what's going on, I can tell him, no, that's not right. My favorite part is, you know, hey, that's going to be a blitz. Watch this.
Clay Yeager, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The women should be able to use their newfound knowledge starting August 30th when the Trojans travel to Birmingham to take on the UAB Blazers this season opener.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Dothan, authorities have identified a man who died in a single vehicle crash in Pike County. Alabama Department of Public Safety spokesman Steve Jarrett said in a statement that 50-year-old Willie Edwards died when the truck he was driving veered from the road and overturned Saturday. Jarrett says the man wasn't wearing a seatbelt at the time of the crash, and the accident is now under investigation.
And in Gulf Shores, Alabama's First Lady is promoting state parks during a ziplining trip in the coastal Alabama area. Diane Bentley is visiting the Gulf Area Adventure Center at Gulf State Park today as part of the Miss Bentley's Bucket List Tour.
And in Wilsonville, authorities limiting access to a Shelby County town during a search for a man who allegedly led officers on a chase that included gunfire. Sheriff officials say 24-year-old Stephen Earl Owens of Wilsonville is considered armed and dangerous.